One thing we've also talked about before too is the impact reporting and benefit reporting piece of that. And I think that's a big area where we can also maybe clear up some misconceptions as well. Because we help companies have an impact report that meets both the benefit reporting requirements and is also a tool that helps companies with the transparency requirements for B Corp, which is becoming even more important with the new standards. And I'm sure we can talk about that later. But you were sharing with me some interesting statistics around those compliance pieces to those reports, and I'd love to chat a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So when you become a benefit corporation, you're doing a couple of different things, or you're agreeing to do a couple of different things. One is you're agreeing to put language into your charter, your articles of incorporation, that state a public benefit that you're aiming to achieve through your operations. And that can be either a general public benefit, or it can be also a very specific one that is specific to your company, whether it's eradicating homelessness or supporting veterans in your community, or it's working for environmental justice, or there's a myriad things that you can target as your specific benefit. And so that's part of what you're doing, is you're identifying what is the purpose of your company, beyond generating a profit for shareholders, right? And these are all for-profit companies, so profit for shareholders is part of it, right? It's not eliminating that as part of the corporate purpose, but it's adding additional factors that you'll take into account going forward. Another thing that you're signing up for is benefit reporting, as you mentioned, and what that means is it depends on the state. Different states have different statutes on this, or different provisions relating to the benefit reporting. But typically, you either have to report annually or biannually on your efforts to achieve the public benefit that you set out to achieve, and your success in doing that. And there are differences in the state statutes in terms of what you have to report, what detail you have to report, and also how you have to measure that progress. And so in some states, the ones that follow the Model Act, typically you have to measure your progress against a third-party standard. And that can be the B Corp standards, right? It can be the impact assessment that you do every year to measure how you're doing. It can be some other third-party standard that you have kind of assessed and determined to be appropriate for measuring your impact.